Salutations, Internet. I'm SquirrelHorse, and E3 2018 has come and gone, and we saw games, and some looked cool. Yeah, I just wanted to make a video rambling about, what we saw, what I thought was cool through all the press conferences and all that. And I did react live, but I'm not going to be uploading all of my reactions, because most of them are just me going, for like hours. So, also, I'm not going to be talking about all the games. So if there is something you want my opinions on, just let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so EA was first, and this conference was awkward. It was EA being EA, very cheesy, very kind of out of touch with their audience. Despite all that, there were 2.5 games that I'm actually kind of looking forward to, so let's talk about those. Okay, so Unravel 2 looks really cool. I never played the first one, but I love how the co-op gameplay worked. It looks like it'd be really fun to do with a friend. And it's out now, so that's pretty cool. So I might have to play the first one and get caught up, because I like the aesthetic of that game, and it was really cool how passionate the developer was when he was talking about it. And then on to Sea of Solitude. Oh my god, this game looks amazing. I love the aesthetic, I love the monster design, I love the themes that the story deals with. And again, the developer just looks so passionate about the project. You can just tell that she's really excited to tell the story, and I'm excited to check it out. Okay, now the other game I wanted to talk about, Anthem. Now I really like BioWare, and I want them to succeed, but the way they presented Anthem at this conference just somehow put me even more on the fence than I was before about this game. They did this like weird panel thing, where again they kind of just talked about the game instead of actually showing the game. Now they did show little bits of gameplay here and there, and they ended with like an extended just gameplay, just straight gameplay, which I really like that. And yeah, I think my biggest concern about this game is like how the story is going to be handled, because they did say that they want this to be a story that's, like your choices matter, all that stuff that you would expect from BioWare games, like, early Mass Effect, Dragon Age. But they didn't really show any of the story. They just kind of said it was there, and I guess we just have to hope. All of that aside, though, in terms of gameplay, I thought the gameplay looked pretty fun. I could see myself having fun with it, especially just flying around. That looked really fun. It kind of seems like it's going to be what I was hoping more for when we got Destiny, which was already fulfilled by Warframe, kind of. And yeah, just all in all, I think I need to see more of this game before I can honestly say that I'm excited about it. And yeah, hopefully the story is just as good as they're claiming it's going to be, because if it is, then I think this could be a really good game. And hopefully they succeed and make Dragon Age 4. Why'd they do that? Microsoft was next, and holy cow, this was a really strong press conference. They did have a lot of multi-platform games there, so I still don't feel like I need an Xbox One just yet. But in all honesty, they showed so many games that I'm kind of thinking about getting an Xbox One now, just so I have enough storage space for all the games. Also, as a side note, I'm going to be talking about games in the section that they were the most prominent, or in sections that they should have been talked about. So they showed gameplay for Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and it looks gorgeous. Last Christmas, I got this boxed copy of Ori and the Blind Forest, and I tried to record a Let's Play on it, but the footage got messed up, so I was never able to release it. And the footage for this game makes me want to get back into that game again, and maybe record a Let's Play on it, or live stream it, who knows? Yeah, this game just looks amazing, and I'm really excited for it. Up next, Sekiro, I hope I pronounced that right, Shadows Die Twice. So, Bloodborne is easily one of my favorite games of all time, so anytime I see From Software, I get really excited, even though I'm really bad at those games. And yeah, what really stood out to me is it seems like there's a lot more emphasis on vertical movement, and overall the combat just seems to be a lot faster than it was in Bloodborne and Dark Souls. And yeah, I just love the ancient Japan aesthetic. I just love how everything looks, and I'm really excited about it. I'm definitely going to try to get it on PS4 probably. Okay, so Crackdown 3. I'll be honest, I'd never heard of the 2 previous games. I've only ever heard of this game, but I really like how absurd it looks. I love open world sandbox game that lets you just do whatever and have fun. I especially think it's pretty cool how you can drive up the sides of buildings, and I can see myself just wasting hours just doing that. And yeah, it just looks like it's going to be a lot of fun just to mess around in the sandbox world. I don't know what the story is going to be like, but yeah. And also, Terry Crews. Okay, so up next is We Happy Few, and I'll be honest, I didn't know this game was still a thing. I had heard about it a few years ago, but I haven't seen anything about it since, so I just figured that it came out and that it was underperforming, honestly. But yeah, this trailer definitely intrigued me. It gave me hardcore BioShock vibes, and I love that. So yeah, maybe I'll do a let's play of this game when it gets released. That'll be fun. Okay, so next up is Session. This game looks pretty cool. I've been wanting another good skateboarding game since Skate 3, and yeah. And I did look into it, and what they didn't say in the press conference was that this was a Kickstarted game that got over double its goal, and there's also a free pre-alpha demo available for this game on the Kickstarter page. So I'm gonna definitely check that out, and hopefully it scratches that itch for a good skateboarding game I've been wanting. And then one of the cutest games at this conference, Tunic. It clearly takes inspiration from, early 2D Zelda games. I just love how simple and inviting the world looks, and the way everything looks shaded is really nice, and it's definitely on my list. And then Jump Force. Okay, so I'm not that good at fighting games, except maybe Smash Brothers, but over the past few months I've been kind of trying to improve at fighting games, like making an effort to do that. And so you better believe that I'm going to try to main Light Yagami. I'm excited to do that, and I'm looking forward to seeing what other characters they're going to add to the roster. And hopefully there is a story mode to this game. I think it'd be really cool to see these characters interacting in the same way that we had the Subspace Emissary in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, And yeah, that's looking really cool. Okay, now Dying Light 2. I never played the first one, but this trailer made me kind of want to check it out now. I thought that the choice system that they were talking about during the conference, it seemed pretty ambitious. And that seems pretty cool. I mean, hopefully they can deliver on that promise of having your choices matter, because then I think it could be a really solid game. Okay, now I think that's it for me from Microsoft, so let's move on to Bethesda. Yes, of course, Cyberpunk 2077, we finally got to see it, and it was only a cinematic trailer, but I kind of already trust CD Projekt Red to make a good game, so I'm not really worried about that at all. And yeah, definitely looking forward to it, as many others are. Okay, so on to Bethesda. They started with a random concert from the Destroy Build Destroy guy, and it was really funny because the audience either loved it, hated it, or just looked really confused. But yeah, Rage 2 looks really cool. I've never played the first one, but it kind of reminds me of Borderlands. I've never actually played Borderlands though. You can kill me for that if you want. But yeah, it looks really neat, and yeah. But yeah, it looks really cool, and I might try to check out the first one so that I can be caught up for the second one, assuming that it's a direct sequel, which I would assume it is. And kind of the same for me with Doom Eternal. I never played the reboot, but I heard a lot of good things about it, and the trailer looked really awesome, so hopefully the game can be just as good as the trailer. And now Prey and Wolfenstein also look really cool, but again, I haven't played either of those, and you might be noticing a pattern here. But yeah, Prey, Wolfenstein, Doom, and Rage, those are all going to be on my backlog now, and hopefully I can check those out before the new games and DLCs come out. Well, I think all the DLCs came out for Prey already, but you know what I mean. Okay, now on to Fallout 76. They announced that this game was going to be online only, and the Fallout fan base is shook. And I think some people are being a little overdramatic about it, saying like, oh, this is the death of Fallout, oh, no more single player games from Bethesda. I think that's a little overdramatic. And yeah, like, I'll be honest, like, I don't know if I'm going to upload my reaction to this or not, but I was really disappointed too when they revealed that it was going to be online only, just because, Bethesda games are what I play, they're like my escapism from real life and how I get away from people, not be social. And I do kind of wish that they had led with the fact that this was going to be an online game, rather than making it seem like it was going to be a, mainline single player game before. But yeah, I think that I need to check out the beta before I fully form my opinion on this game. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty optimistic about this. The more I see about this game, the more I honestly am looking forward to it, because a lot of the stuff looks cool. Like, they have mutations, which is going to be fun. And a lot of the areas in West Virginia look really cool. I did a report on West Virginia as a kid. Not a kid. Well, yeah, a kid. Wait, I was not important. But anyway, like, I'm just really excited to see West Virginia. That's going to be fun. And yeah, the team that's working on it, if you watch the No Clip documentary, they seem really excited about this project. Like, they genuinely really want to show us this project. So hopefully it's good. And even if it is bad, we still have something else to look forward to. And I think you all know what I'm talking about. Blades! But yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. It seems to take some inspiration from Elder Scrolls 1 and 2, where you had the mouse and you had to, like, swing across the screen to fight. and it was awful. But obviously you use your finger in this case, and I think that might be a little more responsive, hopefully. I had a lot of problems with Elder Scrolls 1. Don't. But yeah, Blades, overall it looks pretty neat. And they did say they wanted it to come to a bunch of devices, so hopefully it comes out on the Switch, because that'll be a lot better than my phone, because my phone is poop. Where's my phone? And also it's gonna be free, so, you know, might as well check it out anyway. So yeah. Okay, so now the game that I'm probably the most excited about from this conference, Starfield. We finally got confirmation that this was gonna be the next big Bethesda game. And the logo looks pretty cool, I guess. We got a planet, a satellite, some music, and that's it. Hopefully we don't have to wait like 5 years to hear anything else about it. Hopefully it'll come out within the next maybe 3 years. That's what I'm hoping for. And you know, I just love space. I love Bethesda's style of open world single player games. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to this one. And then finally, the Elder Scrolls 6 got confirmation. Hallelujah. We did get a bit more from this announcement than we did for Starfield. We got like a landscape, and people are already like speculating about where this is within Tamriel. They're like comparing it to the maps and stuff, which is pretty cool. And we also got what I assume is going to be the new theme of the variation on the Elder Scrolls. Why did I say that so weird? And yeah, maybe I was thinking that I could maybe do like analyzing the music for that. I think that'd be a fun idea for me, since I know how to music. Mostly. And yeah, so this game's a lot further off than Starfield, obviously. They said that this is going to be the project after Starfield, so we're going to have to wait a while for this game. But yeah, it's nice to just see it and know that it is coming, even though we pretty much knew that it was pretty much confirmed. So yeah, that was Bethesda. Okay, so Devolver. Okay, so Devolver came back, and I'll be honest, I kind of liked last year's a little better, but I think that was just the fact that it was so unexpected and we didn't know that it was coming, and this year having expectations kind of, I don't know. But I thought the writing was just as funny as it was last year, and I just love Nina Struthers. I think the actress name is Mariah Zook, and I just think that she's really funny. She puts a lot of energy into the role, and you can tell that she's having a lot of fun with it, and I just love that. Okay, so there are 2 games that I want to talk about here. There's My Friend Pedro, which I had never heard of this game before, but it's like this 2D platformer shooter, and I really hope that it controls just as fluidly as it looks, because it seems like I would have a lot of fun with this game. And also, Metal Wolf Chaos XD. I'd never heard of this game, but apparently it was a game that a lot of people wanted remastered, as far as I know. And you know, all jokes and memes aside, it's really cool to see that Devolver has a position within the industry now to be able to, you know, do something like that, because I think a lot of people see them as just, you know, a small indie developer who publishes small games, but it's really cool to see that they're in a position to be able to pull something like this off. And on to Square Enix. It was short. They didn't really have much new stuff, and a lot of it was already shown at Microsoft, so I don't know why they didn't just save it for their own conference, but whatever. We got gameplay for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which I'm already looking forward to that one. So I love the first 2 games of the reboot. The first one a bit more than the second one, but I have high hopes for this one, and I'm hoping that it's just as cool as it looks, because the stealth gameplay looks really cool. There seems to be a lot more options to play around with, and I like that. And yeah, just overall, I'm really looking forward to this one. Okay, then Babylon's Fall. We got a lot of like text on the screen, which I guess is like the lore of the world. And then we got a guy, he's like, shah, and he like slashed another guy in half, and that was neat. And then we saw that it was made by Platinum Games, which, if you don't know, are the people who made the Bayonetta series, and they made Nier Automata. And yeah, hopefully we hear more about it soon. It looks really cool. Okay, so now The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. So this is a Life is Strange spinoff, and it looks pretty cool. It seems like it's going to be a lot of more contained story than Life is Strange Season 1, like it's probably just going to be like this kid in his house, I assume. And they did say that it's going to somehow connect to Season 2 of Life is Strange, which is interesting. And yeah, it seems to be all about a boy and like what's going on in his imagination. And I'm personally hoping that there's some kind of supernatural twist to it, because that's kind of what got me interested in Life is Strange as a series in the first place. Yeah, even if it's just going to be about a kid's overactive imagination, from what I've seen from the trailers, I feel like that could be a pretty fun and interesting story, the way they're telling it. And it's also free, so why not check it out? Okay, so another one of the trailers we got was this cinematic live action / in-game question mark trailer for The Quiet Man. And there was this guy, and I'm pretty sure he was deaf, and he beats up this group of thugs, and then the trailer ended. And then it said that we would see more in August, so hopefully we do, because again, like with Babylon's Fall, I'm interested in this one. Now Kingdom Hearts 3. You guys, we got 3 trailers, and oh my god, Aqua got Norded. This is not a drill. We also got confirmation for Frozen, which was nice to see. And then in the 3rd trailer, to my surprise, Pirates is coming back. Back when I played Kingdom Hearts 2, I was obsessed with Pirates of the Caribbean, and I kind of ruled it out as being a world that would return because it was so weird and out of place. But yeah, I was really happy when I saw that we're gonna have ship combat, like every other game it seems. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts is coming. Finally, I am so excited. I've been waiting literally over half of my life for this game, and I'm definitely gonna be getting it day one. Whee! Oh, that went the wrong way. Okay, Ubisoft. We got a new trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2, and I still haven't played the first game, but I plan to. And they're also doing this thing with hitrecord.org, which is a website I've never heard about before this. And apparently it's kind of a community collaboration thing where like we submit stuff and they try to put it in the game. And yeah, I'm thinking of actually checking it out because I feel like if I can get my music somehow into the game, and you know, it's in the game and mentioned in the credits, you know, that's something I can put on my resume. And I can use that to get jobs in the future, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, I'm probably going to actually check that out, and that sounds like a fun thing to do. So yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2 looks like a really cool game. Hit record, seems like a cool website, and yeah. Also, this moment was really cute. Okay, Skull and Bones seems really cool. I like the ship combat in Assassin's Creed 4, so it's cool to see that expanded on, but I don't know if I necessarily have enough interest in that to buy the game, you know? Yeah, there's also an open beta, so maybe I'll check that out, and yeah. Okay, so now Transference. I thought this was going to be a VR only game, but apparently not, and it seems like this very glitchy and surreal, like, just like this very surreal kind of trippy kind of game, and it seems pretty cool. And it seems like you go into people's minds or something, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. Okay, so now they ended with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and the last Assassin's Creed I played to completion was Black Flag, and I really liked that one because it was so different. And I did hear people liked Origins, and it seems very similar to that one. And I do like Ancient Greece as a setting. I think that's the one thing that I've always said was really cool about these games, is how accurate and cool the settings looked. And yeah, I mean, Assassin's Creed has always been a series that I was never really that interested in. It was never really like a day one purchase for me. It was always like, you know, wait till it's pre-owned and get it on sale, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm hoping that all you Assassin's Creed fans are excited for it, because it seems pretty cool, I guess. Okay, so on to the PC gaming show. We got a lot of cool indie games here. This show has got a reputation for being awkward, and it still kind of was.
This is a 21-inch curved screen laptop with a mechanical keyboard and two graphics cards. Science.
But they got through it pretty well. Okay, so The Sinking City, it's a Lovecraftian... Oh, well, that's all I need to hear. I'm getting it. Oh, but yeah, this seems really cool. You play as a private eye in a town that's plagued with, like, mysterious floods. And, well, Cthulhu happens. And I've always been a fan of stories set in the Cthulhu mythos, so it has my attention. Hopefully it's good. So up next is Sable, and oh my god, this game looks so beautiful. I want to get this game just for the style alone. And I think they said that there wasn't going to be combat, so it's going to be like this exploration-based adventure game, and hopefully it's good. It seems really cool. Another game that caught my attention was Genesis Alpha 1, and it's a game where I think the premise is like you have a human crew, and then you take DNA from aliens and you fuse it with your crew and basically create human hybrids. So that seems like a really cool concept, and I can see myself having a lot of fun with that. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, now there is one game that kind of surprised me here, and that's 2 Point Hospital. Now it's a building / management game a la Roller Coaster Tycoon, but with a hospital, obviously. And I'm already a huge fan of those kinds of games, but what really attracted me to it was just how bright and bubbly the game looked. It was very cartoony, and overall it just seems like a very chill game. And yeah, I don't know if I'll do a Let's Play of it, but I'll definitely be playing it. We also saw a trailer for Ooblets again. Still looks super cute. Still want to play it. Still want the release date. Please. Yeah. Okay, on to Sony. It was good, but they did this weird intermission thing in the middle of it after the first reveal where they had to move the audience, and it was kind of boring and it was weird, but the games they did show looked really cool. Starting with The Last of Us Part 2. I loved the first game, and I'm super stoked for Part 2. Ellie is packing heat, she's whacking baddies, and she has a girlfriend, and well, she's probably gonna die. But yeah, I cannot express how excited I am for this game, and I really hope it gets a release date soon. Okay, now Ghost of Tsushima. I like this one a lot. It's made by Sucker Punch, and I can kind of see the touches of Infamous here, especially when he was climbing that building. And yeah, I hope that the game is just as great as the trailer looked, because it looked really cool. Okay, the next game I want to talk about is Control. So there's like telekinesis and gunplay, and it looks really fun. It was this girl, she was like flying around, shooting baddies, and like, you know, throwing stuff at her with like telekinetic powers. And it's made by Remedy, who did Alan Wake and Quantum Break. I tried to do a Let's Play of Alan Wake, but no one watched it. But yeah, Control looks really awesome, and I hope we get to see more of it soon. Next, we got a Resident Evil 2 remake, which apparently surprised a lot of people. I haven't played any of the series, but this looks really great. I thought about doing a Let's Play of the Resident Evil 1 remake a while ago, but I never got around to it, and maybe I will now. Okay, now on to Death Stranding. Now, I have no idea what was going on in this trailer, but I'm already more than sold on this game. I love, you know, strange stories. It seems to be a horror game at least, so I like horror games. And I can just tell that I'm probably going to enjoy this game a lot. And I just give us a release date, Kojima, please. And then they ended the conference with Spider-Man. This game has been on my list ever since it was first announced, and it seems to be exactly what I want in a Spider-Man game. The swinging looks really cool. The combat looks cool. I think Yuri Lowenthal does a really good job voicing Spider-Man, and I can't wait to pick up this game in a few months. I'm so excited that it's going to be out soon. Okay, now on to Nintendo. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Pokemon Blue was the first video game I ever played, so I kind of have a deep connection with the Pokemon series. And Game Explained did a video comparing the shots in the trailer to the original games, and it looked pretty faithful. And you can also use Pokemon Go Pokemon in the game, which kind of makes me want to pick up Pokemon Go again, mainly because I caught a lot of Pokemon and there's no gyms in Tucson apparently. So I just kind of really like the idea of like, because what I liked about Pokemon Go was it was cool to see the Pokemon that were in the area that I lived in, and so to be able to actually use those Pokemon in a game finally will be pretty fun. Okay, so then they showed Super Mario Party, and I can't wait to make my friends hate me. Thankfully they're going back to the traditional board instead of whatever this is. And I shouldn't really need to say more. I mean, it's Mario Party. I'm sure most of you have played it already. And if you haven't, well, you probably still have friends. We also finally got some news on the new Fire Emblem game, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. And it looks like Fire Emblem. You also have armies with you now, which I honestly didn't like at first, but I like the idea of having a full army as opposed to just, you know, a handful of people taking on a full army, you know? And yeah, super stoked about this one. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is Octopath Traveler. Nintendo, just give it to me. I don't need to see any more about the game. I just need to go to the store on release day, buy it, and play the heck out of it. I have loved this game ever since I first laid eyes on it. And also, I did a Let's Play of the original demo. You should check it out. Also, they had this sizzle reel, and they showed The World Ends With You, and they said that it was coming out in fall 2018. I don't know if we knew that already or not, or if we did, then I'm just dumb. Yeah, that's something I'm definitely looking forward to, and I'm excited to be able to play that game for the first time. Okay, now on to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I really liked how they handled this announcement. They showed what I assume is going to be the full roster, and yeah, everyone's back. Wolf, Pichu, Young Link. I'm happy because back in Brawl I used to main Pokemon Trainer and Snake. I also heard that some other people were really happy about Snake.
Oh my god! Snake! Oh my!
Also, Daisy and Ridley got announced. I can't think of anyone else who really deserved a spot. But yeah, I'm glad they were able to fit Ridley in, literally. And I think people have been wanting him since they saw him in the intro of Melee, and it's cool to finally see him in the roster. They also said there's not going to be as many newcomers this time around, which makes sense. I still hope there's a story mode, maybe not quite as ambitious as Brawls, but I just think it'd be fun to see all these characters interacting in a way more than just, you know, fighting each other. But Sakurai did specifically say don't expect many fighters, so that means we're probably going to still get a few. And so, yeah. And yeah, that was E3 2018. A lot of cool games. I have the next several months planned already for what games I'm going to get, pretty much. And I know a lot of people like to rate the press conferences, but I don't, just because, you know, I think that if a company shows what you like, then obviously that company's going to get a higher rating, as opposed to like if you don't like the games that company has, you know what I mean? Like if somebody's a huge fan of Fallout, then they probably liked Bethesda. If someone's a huge fan of Nintendo, they probably like the Nintendo Direct. That makes sense, right? But just as a side note, EA. But yeah, let me know what you thought about E3, and if there's anything you want me to talk about that I didn't, just let me know down below. And if you're new here, maybe subscribe. I don't know that this isn't really like my normal content. I just wanted to do something different for E3. Hopefully I was able to edit this into an entertaining video. And so yeah, anyway, have a lovely day, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!